Erev Tov Rabotai. It says in the Masechet Shavuot in the Talmud, Daf Lamed Tet, it says over there, Kol Israel Arevim Ze Lazeh. You know what this means? It's a famous statement, right, of the Chazal. It means that all the Jews are responsible one for the other. You know, we're one family, we're brothers, you know, so we're responsible for each other. You're my brother, you're my sister, we're all one family. So, Arevim Ze Lazeh, we're responsible for each other. So, what does this mean? One of the meanings of this is like this. One of the main meanings is like this. It says in the Sefer Vayikra, Yutet, over there it says, right? Hocheach tochiach et amecha, v'lo tisa alav chet. What does this mean? You have to rebuke your fellow Jew. If you see him doing something wrong, you know, a sin, you have to rebuke him. So then, it says after that, right? Lo tisa alav chet, because if you don't rebuke him, you know what's going to be, right? You're going to have also sin. Why? Because if you don't tell him that he's doing something wrong, they're going to blame you for this. Because Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Lazeh, we're all responsible for each other. You see why now? You understand? We're responsible. So you can't say, I don't want to tell him, it makes me feel uncomfortable. It's hard for me. I don't have the heart for it. It's hard. Then he's going to hate me also. He's not going to like me anymore. But the Torah tells you, no, don't be afraid. Go and tell him. You have to tell him the truth. If he's doing a sin, you have to tell him that. So we're responsible to do it. It says in the pasuk, hocheach, tochiach. 2 words. Right? Why twice the same word? Hocheach, tochiach. Why? So it says in the Talmud, it means that you have to rebuke him even 100 times. Hocheach, tochiach. If he doesn't listen to you the first time, again, 100 times. Tell him again, every time. Because one time, if he didn't listen to you, what can you do, right? So, you know what they say, right? The Chazal, there's a machloket in the Talmud. One says, how far do you have to rebuke him? Until he is going to curse you, He's going to come like this, like this. You have to go like that far. There's another opinion that says, until he hits you, Can you imagine? Takes his fist, he got sick of you already, You made him sick already. Until that point, you have to go. Machloket. What is the Rambam paskin? What's the halacha? The Rambam says, until he hits you. Not curses you. Until he hits you. You have to, so you see, right? Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Lazeh. We're all responsible for each other. Right? You have to rebuke each other. It's from the Torah, this mitzvah. And if you don't rebuke you get the sin also, They say, you see this guy, he doesn't say nothing, he's quiet. So it's like he did the same thing as him, They punish both of them. Because he didn't rebuke. He didn't tell him the truth about what he's doing. This is a very big thing, And they say also another thing, which is even worse, which is that, what about the rabbis, the leaders of the generation, the leaders of the community? The rabbis, if they don't rebuke people, if they see something wrong, who gets blamed? The rabbi. Yeah, they punish the rabbi. So this is why, you see some rabbis, lo aleinu, Shem Yirachem, sometimes the rabbis are, they're suffering all kinds of things, in their life. You know why that is? Because they don't rebuke the community. They don't tell them the truth, about what they're doing. Yeah, they're looking, smiling. Yeah, okay, yeah. What are you smiling about? Go tell him the truth, What are you, a politician? We have politicians, right, today. We have, Democrats over there, right, in Chicago. We have these people over there. Politics. Politically correct. The Torah doesn't want us to be politically correct. Politics, Don't talk to people like that. Tell them the truth. Don't tell them to make them like you, say things to make them like you. This is not what we need. We have to tell them the truth. That's the thing, Don't be a politician. The rabbi is not a politician. He has to be leader, emet, each emet. That's the thing. So now, interesting thing, right, comes up here. The Rambam talks about this also, about this issue of rebuking your fellow Jew. So he says, but you know what? If you see, like, your fellow Jew doing something wrong, don't embarrass him in public, Lo tisa alav chet, that's what the pasuk says, right? Don't embarrass him in public. What does that mean? Take him in the corner, over there, right? You tell him, listen, my friend, you did this, Don't shame him in front of everybody. Because you're embarrassing him like that, that's not good. Asur, to embarrass your fellow Jew. You're not allowed to do that. But that's when he does the sin, just, he saw him, nobody else saw him. Just, between him and him, right? They saw each other, that's it. Nobody else was there. That's when it applies. Here's the thing now, right? Comes the Mishnah Berurah, says in the laws of Yom Kippur, right? Oh, now we have Yom Kippur coming up. In 2 months, less than 2 months, we're already there. Laws of Yom Kippur, right? Says the Mishnah Berurah. Who's the Mishnah Berurah? Chafetz Chaim, He says that that's only what the Rambam says that applies when you see him doing something privately. But if he does something in public, in front of everybody, you have to rebuke him in front of the whole community. You understand what I'm telling you? Because he's doing it in front of everybody, in public. Why is that? What's the reason why? What am I talking about here? So you know what the answer is? Says the Mishnah Berurah, this is a very important thing, because it says in the Gemara, Masechet Eruvin, right, that what? Bimkom chilul Hashem, lo mechabadim et harav. You know what that means? If there's chilul Hashem, what does that mean? Somebody does a sin in public, right? Even the rabbi, we don't honor him. We rebuke also the rabbi, We tell him, what are you doing, rabbi? You're supposed to know, right, these halachot, You're the one who's breaking the halakha in front of everybody. Chilul Hashem, you're making chilul Hashem. So we rebuke also the rabbi in front of everybody. As long as you know, right, that you're sure that the halakha is like that, right? Right? If you know. You know. You don't know, don't say nothing, right? Better, Maybe you're mistaken. You don't get embarrassed for nothing, But if you know for sure that's halakha, so even the rabbi, you can tell him like this, Rabbi, what happened, Rabbi? What are you doing? Yeah, but you know what it is? When there's chilul Hashem, now we have also, you're embarrassing HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You understand? That's the problem. So who comes first? HaKadosh Baruch Hu or the rabbi? HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes first. That's why. This is the reason why. So when it comes to chilul Hashem, he does something in public, in front of everybody. We embarrass him in public and tell him, don't do this. Because it's chilul Hashem. This is the reason why. Who comes first? Hashem or the rabbi? Or some other Jew? Of course, Hashem comes first. Kavod of Hashem comes first. This is the reason why. This is the reason why we have to. Same thing it also says in the Kaf HaChaim, right? You know what was a Kaf HaChaim, right? Rabbi Yaakov Sofer, one of the big Chachamim, who was from Iraq, and came to Eretz Israel about 100 years ago. The famous book, Kaf HaChaim, he wrote. This is like the Sephardi Mishnah Berurah, There's Mishnah Berurah Ashkenazi, and there's Kaf HaChaim Sephardi. Good. So it says there, Kaf HaChaim, something interesting, It says that if you go to a shul, right, synagogue, and you see over there some people, even the rabbi, doesn't matter who it is. The rabbi, yeah. You see him, he's talking in the middle of Chazat HaShatz, when the Chazan is saying the Amidah, repetition. If you see him doing that, you have to rebuke him in front of everybody. Tell him, listen, what? Sure. What are you doing? You're talking in the middle of the Amidah, Asur. What are you doing? I don't care if he's the rabbi. I don't care if he's David HaMelech. I don't care. What does it matter? Who cares? Doesn't matter who he is. You know what? So it says a Kaf HaChaim. Listen to this now. It says a Kaf HaChaim like this. It says we have to appoint people, in the community, if they see people talking, doing Chazat HaShatz, to go and, rebuke them in front of everybody, to embarrass them. Why? Because they're making a chilul Hashem, doing a sin in public like that. Not nice, So, Mechila, what do you want to know?
In Parashat Vayikra,
yeah.
when Hashem gives all the sacrifices,
Yes.
there is a certain way of saying that if a regular Jew make a mistake,
Yeah.
or let's say
Melech, right? Or Kohen Gadol. Yeah. Sure.
it doesn't say that they made a mistake that all Jewish nations saw. Let's say they give certain halacha that you're supposed to do something, but it's
Yes.
forbidden.
Yes.
So they have a certain way of clearing it. They have a certain
They have to bring a korban.
right.
Yeah, korban, sure. Yeah.
But it doesn't say that you have
Yeah.
to say, oh, we're gonna punch you, we're gonna kill you. It doesn't say.
But it doesn't say there, but it says over here, and right, Vaikayutet, Hocheach Tochiach, et Amitecha. That's what it says. It's a different pasuk.
Consider
You know?
that everybody have a mistake, certain.
So if he's doing a sin, right? Mistake is one thing, mistake, I don't know. What's a mistake? Maybe I didn't put my tie nicely, That's a mistake, But that's not a avera. That's not a sin, you know what I mean? That's a mistake. Okay, I put, my shoe, the wrong way, I put the left shoe on the right foot. That's a mistake. You know what I mean?
Serious. If you're saying that it's allowed, but it's actually not, then it's problem.
So here's the thing, right? That not only it's allowed, we have to rebuke. And if you don't, right, you also get blamed for it. So they blame you also. They say, oh, there you go. You see this guy? Oh, he's not saying nothing. He agrees with it. Oh, okay. Let's punish him too. That's what they say, So if you don't say nothing, right? As they say, now, right, the Americans, what they say, right? If you see something, say something. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה וכאשר אומר, נעשה הקדוש ברוך הוא לעשות ישראל, לפיכך חיבר לעם תורה ציון מצוות, חפץ למען צדקו, יגדיר תורה וידיר.